In search of sanity. Hello. Thanks for once again allowing Lily Bear to take you beneath the crust, where I talk about what you're afraid to think about. I'm so glad you're back. No laughing matter. I'm going to talk about the lying, the laughing, and the lynching. No laughing matter. Now this is actually a 3-part series, so this will be, instead of just one 30-minute MP3, there will be 3 30-minute MP3s. I go deep on the 30-minute MP3 and on the PDF hard copy. I will give links to references in the PDF hard copy. Beneath the crust. No laughing matter. BBQ Becky. The contents of this audio may not be suitable for all audience. Listen at your own risk. No laughing matter. The lying, the laughing, and the lynching. This is an old show I did back in 2022. Unfortunately, it is still relevant today. Many times, we as black people laugh at things that are not funny. I have to laugh to keep from crying. Ready? Aim and fire. Ready. We often talk about the white man and how he's a detriment to the black man. It's actually the white woman who's the detriment. The white man does the lynching, the shooting, the jailing, and the likes, but often is based on the lies of the white woman. And no laughing matter, I talk about black men being killed, maimed, brutally beaten, ran out of town, forced to desert their families, and on, because of lies told by white women. On April 28th, 2018, a white woman who came to be known as BBQ Becky called the police on some black men who were barbecuing in Oakland Park. This incident caused an outbreak of memes. Memes, M-E-M-E-S, you pronounce it. They showed her at the Dr. King speech when he was at Washington Monument, looking through the window in the Oval Office when President Obama was in office, and on and on. People all over laughed and laughed, myself included. One time I was laughing so hard, I slapped my thigh. Then I heard a low moan like an animal in agony. I stopped laughing and partially sat up. I looked around quickly. I heard nothing. Well, the sound was so low that I wasn't sure I'd heard anything. I bent over the computer keyboard. I heard an agonizing animal moan again, much louder. That was on the 90 this time. Instinctively, I reached for my mag, thinking any second I'd have to draw down. My eyes began scanning and scanning, yet seeing nothing in the room. I stared at the door to my butterfly room. Sure, I hear animal paws in the hallway. Then the animal moan came from right beside me. It was like it was right in my ear, moaning, screaming. I started waving long arms and beating the air like I had just run into a spider web, swirling, waving, beating the air, stopping only when the butt of my mag struck me behind the ear. Bam! Mag hit the floor, and so did I. I felt this hand, a weird hand. A hand that felt like it had no substance grabbed my hand. It started pulling. I pulled back. Well, broken wrist or not, he wasn't going to pull me anywhere. I finally gained my footing, despite slipping in the wet puddle on the floor. He pulled me up hard to him. Part of his skull was blown away. His skull is missing. I tried to pull my hand away. I felt his brain. This is his brain I'm feeling. I snatched my hand away. My scream startled him. He released me with a jerk. The momentum of me pulling and him letting go so suddenly propelled me back into the wet puddle on the floor. Finally he spoke in a low, ghostly, mournful tone. Remember Carolyn Bryant, a.k.a. Wolf Whistle William? a lion calls Rob Bryant, J. Miller, and others to do this to me. I'm not having it. BBQ Becky is no laughing matter. Oh, by the way, I am here. As he turned to go, I realized I could see all the way to the other side of the room through the bullet hole in his head. I just sat there and added to the puddle on the floor. Just as I got myself together enough to try and get up off the floor, I heard them. I heard the moans. I heard the screams. I heard the hollowness of their footsteps. Tramp, 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 tramp. It seemed the feet were carrying bodies that were anxious to get to me, to tell me why BBQ Becky is no laughing matter, to admonish me for laughing, to tell their story. The energy in the hallway was increasing as more and more came to tell their story, wanting to be heard, but fearful of not being believed. Then I knew. I was staring down at the floor, but I knew. Not daring to look up, but I knew. I felt them crowding in the doorway, and I knew. The door frame budging from the bulk, I knew. Unseen forces pulled my eyes up a little more. The tug-of-war started. The visitor's energy tugging to pull my eyes up further, my energy tugging to keep my eyes down. No, 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 screamed my mind. But my eyes slowly crept upward. I saw necks, twisted, rope-bearing necks. Throat ripped out necks, chests with holes in them, chopped off arms, mutilated torsos, charred flesh. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Unseen energy jerked my head to the left. I locked eyes with the Scottsboro boys. I soon came to realize that low guttural animal moan permeating the room was coming from me. The puddle on the floor increased. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.